Yeah, what I want to talk about right now is something that's been on my mind as of recently. I don't remember exactly what it is, but it was something on my mind recently, right now. And I just remember what it is. What it's about is the importance of communities of people learning how to entertain themselves. Now, learning how to entertain yourself, if you're a community of people, is a very, very, very important thing that you want to do if you want to live a very prosperous life. Because look at things this way, okay? Look at things this way. If you have to realize something about this world is that most people in this world are capable of a lot more than they believe they do. I know I've repeated this in some of my earlier videos. If anybody, for the people who've been following me, I haven't posted a video in some time because I've been very busy as of recently. But you have to realize, uh, this is one of the best ways to deal with your enemies. And your enemies, yes, I'm referring to it, can be an ethnic, racial, um, uh, religious group that is persecuting you. It doesn't necessarily mean you view all of them as bad people in that group, but what I'm trying to say is that you view everybody objectively. Is you view is you have to work to be honest with you, okay? Because do you notice that if you're a child, when you remember things, to be honest with you, you felt like you could do anything if you set your mind to it. And when you grow older, you feel that everything is super duper difficult. I hope you know, to be honest with you, that stuff is exaggerated. To be honest with you, okay? You want to know why I know it's exaggerated? Is because how much have you actually worked? Because I hope you know, for you to be good at anything, at any skill, it takes years of practice. It takes years of practice to be good at any skill. To be honest with you, so if you uh, are growing up in a society that's if you have enemies that are skeptical, who tell you all the time, you can't do this or you can't do that, you can't do this, you can't do that, what do you think is going to happen to the morale of the community? Because this is the problem with communities of people, is that you have to view, when you're being oppressed, view things from a subjective perspective, okay? Of course, you'll always have love for your community, but you need to focus on actually progressing in life, okay? Shifting your focus away from others, because other people, like I said before, are going to get caught up in movements that are not necessarily the greatest, but you want to focus on you and your own accomplishments, okay? Because honestly, if you put enough people under pressure, there's going to be something, especially if they have a history of being oppressed and there's a lot of self-hate and everybody feels it, something's going to go down, okay? There's always going to be someone who's going to cause trouble. There's always going to be someone who's going to cause issues within that community, and that's something you need to realize about it. So so you need to realize that you need to realize that that you for a community to be prosperous, you have to learn how to entertain yourself, because entertainment as a whole is the key is the key is even though it you don't need it for survival, it is something that you need to pretty much live a happy life, okay? Because that's a problem with the world nowadays, is that one of the issues with the world nowadays is that everybody believes that for you to live a happy life, all you need to do is live in a safe, comfortable society. Yeah, that those views are definitely outdated. Um, but what I think the real issue is that, but at the same time, of course, you don't need leisure for survival. It's just like eating food, okay? You could just simply eat boiled chicken, boiled chicken and rice, and that'll probably provide you enough nutrition to survive, okay? But you putting seasoning on it, that's what makes it more enjoyable. Makes it more enjoyable, you know? So even food can be considered a part of leisure because you have to realize that's a part of living, of having a successful, prosperous culture is you have to know how to be self-sufficient, okay? I don't want people to take my beliefs too literally because I know some people like to take things too literally, and they'll say, you know what, my group of people are being oppressed, because who knows with the age of YouTube which part of the world somebody might be hearing this in. And I don't want people to simply say, you know what, my group of people is being oppressed, so you know what, screw it. I just don't want to have any contact with the rest of the world, because that's radicalism. That's pretty much the centerpiece of every radical in the world. To be honest with you, because pretty much they're all the same. It doesn't matter if you even go all the way back to feudal Japan to the Japanese imperialists. They want to be left alone. They want to do what the hell they want to do, and they don't want to deal with the consequences of it. And pretty much it. Whether the group is actually legitimately oppressed or not, every group that's radical doesn't want to do it. I don't want people to take advantage of what I'm saying, but what I'm saying is you have to learn how to entertain yourself. Because honestly, when you deal with people on the opposing side, you have to realize most of the stuff that they're gonna say towards you, they might pat you on the back or whatnot here and there, and say, you did a good job. Maybe you might be serving as a low grade cop, and in a lot of cases possibly doing things. I don't know who the heck would want to take up a job as a cop if they're a minority group that's being oppressed anyway, because most likely the people that you're going to oppress are going to be who you're going to beat up and stuff, because that's what cops pretty much do, are going to be people who are going to look like you, are people who are going to look like you. But regardless, you have to understand to entertain yourself. Like, look at all of the fundamentals to get to the point. Look at all the fundamentals of what is is used for entertainment. Okay, everything from music, comedy, whatever you can think of is used for entertainment. That's what keeps people happy. That's what makes people enjoy themselves. Okay, and it has to be of good quality. It can't be. This is why you require people who do things good. Because honestly, that's a problem. What I notice is a flaw with a lot of groups of people who are oppressed. A lot of, and of course, black people. Not let's just say we're just not doing the greatest. Like I don't know what to really say too much. I don't want to get too much into it, but one thing I do have to say about that issue of black people, is that black people are not doing that great because all they focus on is music and sports. So you have a huge field open for other people, and even though some of those people might disrespect you, your culture, and everything, they get away with it, and a lot of the same people will be listening to them, even though they're saying, what, you know what? If our community was smarter enough, we wouldn't have just focused on this sort of thing. Some communities, their issue might be they focus more on serving as combatants, which is their issue, and they don't know how to entertain themselves at all. But once you master how to, on a community that masters how to entertain themselves, even if they might not be resource rich, which means they might not, because this is referring globally, it could be so many different possibilities. They might not be resource rich, they would have the ability to trade, not only trade, share ideas. They would have the ability to if they get bored to enjoy themselves and feel proud of themselves. Feel proud of themselves, have something to do with their time, to enjoy, whether they're creating it or whatever, whether it's art, sculpting, whatever, just for fun. Just for fun. So you don't have to rely on your enemies to entertain you who might be causing trouble. And could have been more, but there's not enough time. I don't have enough time. I'm just getting back in the gist of YouTube. And that's all I have to say.